Welcome to my short. I've decided to do brief videos to help get points across. Hopefully people will watch them. My longer videos, we've sort of exhausted all the big topics. If you have a topic, please share it. I'd love to talk about it and discuss things with you and help us all learn. But for now, we're going to be doing some shorts. Please take a look at those old videos. They can be very helpful, I think, and certainly I had a good time making them. Hopefully you can learn something and laugh a little bit with me. As usual, no medical advice here. We're just having fun. I showed you a picture of the complete book of MASH. Why do I bring that up? Well, today's topic is how low can you go? And I think MASH is kind of a cool series because they even included type 1 diabetes with a helicopter pilot. So if you remember that episode or you're a big MASH fan, it was interesting how they pulled him out of the skies because of the risk of low blood sugars. So today I'm going to share a few of my really nastier lows and what I've learned from them. I hope you in the comments will share your lows. How low did you go? I actually had a 0 once. This is way back when the machines were less than accurate. I was traveling somewhere, bouncing on hotel beds, as kids will do, and tested at a 0. Scared the living hell out of my mother, and of course 0 was far from accurate, but easily treated, and I guess not much to learn from those except treat the patient, not the number. Another good one, when my son was about 2 years old, I went to get the dog and opened the door and was waiting for the dog, whistling, looking, waiting. Finally, he came around and looked around my side, and I realized, shit, I'm in the fridge. I'm not opening the door outside. So of course, naturally the dog did not come, and I got my head out of my ass and treated my low sugar and moved on. Another good one was, let me think, what was another good one? Well, I think I've shared it in one of the stories on previous videos, but woke up for high school, so it was probably about 1992, 93, somewhere in there. I took my insulin, went and showered, got dressed, got cleaned up, got ready to go. Came downstairs, warmed up an egg, and put it on the chair. My mother came in the room and said, "What the hell is your breakfast doing on the chair?" I turned around and said, "Did the dog eat it?" Apparently I'm focused on dogs when I'm low. I crashed right there with a seizure. That was my last bad low. I've had a few since then. One of my favorites is both of my kids were spending the night with me. My son was watching TV. His younger sister came into the room and said, how come Dad hasn't taken us to school yet? My son, typical, taking advantage of a good moment, said, I don't know. So she goes upstairs, Emma, to find me and finds that I'm a little bit difficult to arouse. Well, lo and behold, a Diet Coke fresh out of the fridge will wake you up. Placed that right on my chest. I got up and she essentially said, you need to drink this Coke. She had since gotten a real Coke, or I'm going to call 911. I took the threat, and it's a good thing I did because Emma definitely would have called 911. Treated the low. So things to learn. Since then, we've gotten the sensors, which obviously I did not have that luxury. We've gotten the closed loop system with the Medtronic pumps, and things are a lot less frequent. They still happen, but it is less frequent, and these are wonderful pieces of technology that if you're not using, I highly encourage you to talk to your providers about. But please, tell me your lowest number that you had. I've had 20s before. I've been in residency presenting patients to the attending physician and just dripping with sweat. And when they finally said, why don't you come sit down? And sure enough, have a sugar of 20 and get treated. It's always embarrassing when your attending physician's taking care of you. Thankfully, they were cool about it, and I learned to get my shit together at that point. So share your stories, share your numbers. I'd love to hear them. I think it's important that we acknowledge the fact we're going to have them, and we just got to learn from them and move on. It's not the end of the world. Be safe, be smart, learn, and move forward. So don't forget MASH. It's a great series to watch. If you haven't watched it, it does touch on type 1 diabetes, which is pretty cool for back in that era. And again, thank you all. Leave me your comments. Tell me how low can you go, and give us a good story.